In this episode, the real reason you're a web developer.
The John Morris Show. Your life on code. Ladies and gentlemen, John Morris.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the John Morris Show on johnmorrisonline.com. So my son Davin is a bit of a rebel. He's the kind of kid that will give you that whatever look when you say something that he thinks is bunk. And I've always had to give him good reasons for everything that I do with him. He's a skeptical, independent thinking guy, and I love him for it. So about the third time he'd gotten in trouble at school for not following directions, I knew I had to do something different. Because he's just not a stand-in-line type of guy. And the last thing I wanted to do was kill his independent spirit so he could go along to get along. So we decided that we were going to start homeschooling. Now, a few years ago, or not that long ago, that kind of thing wouldn't have been possible for me. But learning how to code gave me the freedom to work from home and opened the door for me to be able to homeschool. And it is the single most important benefit for me, especially considering I grew up with 5 brothers. So getting to spend all day with my boys takes me back to those happy memories. And I would trade all the money in the world for that alone. And I think that's true for a lot of developers. I mean, we talk about money a lot, but money is just a means to an end. It's a tool for getting what we really want. And I think it's critical that you get in touch with what you're really after. Because a stack of green paper can only motivate you so much. But your kids, your spouse, your future. You know, one of Stephen Covey's 7 habits of highly effective people is to begin with the end in mind. What is it you're really after? What is it that you want ultimately? For you, is it a lifestyle? Maybe it's financial security. Maybe it's more time with your loved ones. Or maybe you're someone who's driven by self-mastery. Maybe it's just simply food on the table. Or is it knowing that you did it all on your own? What drives you? Because answering that question unlocks a fountain of limitless energy that you'll need to put in the work that's required. And I bring this up because I see and hear from so many developers that are suffocating with doubt, questioning their ability, and wondering if they really can do this. You can. It's simply about mastering moments. Moments of doubt, of fear, of uncertainty. Those who master those moments, make smart choices, and take action are the ones who win. And there are no guarantees. I think a lot of people think they're destined for success, that one day it's just gonna happen. It won't. You have to make it happen. And not to be overly cliche, but you have to grab life by the horns and take what you want. Nobody is gonna give it to you, and it won't just happen. Anyway, my primary job is to inspire and motivate you. Now, I know a lot of you just want to get to the code, but as the saying goes, they may have forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So I want you to know that you can do this. Look, if you had asked my classmates when I was in high school what I would most likely grow up to be, it probably would have been dead or living in some trailer park somewhere. Because that's how I grew up. So if old trailer park Johnny over here can get to the point of working from home and homeschooling my boys as a coder, there's zero doubt in my mind that you can too. It's simply a matter of focus and your work ethic. Now, speaking of focus, one of the big mistakes that I see developers make is making learning how to code harder than it has to be. For example, I see a lot of developers who think that the list of skills that they need to learn in order to master PHP and be able to become a coder full-time writing PHP code is pages and pages and pages and pages long. It's not. I've said this before and I'll probably say it again, but there's a foundational set of skills that you need to learn in order to be functional as a PHP developer. Meaning that you can execute on projects and get paid for those projects. And when you focus on learning only those skills first, then you're able to start getting paid to code much faster than you probably ever thought. Because you haven't set this unattainable bar for yourself to reach before you allow yourself to take paid work. When you do it this way, you can start now and start building that life that you're really after, like we talked about, instead of slaving away at some job, making somebody else's dream come true. And you can learn those skills by going to johnmorrisonline.com/learnphp and taking my free PHP course, The Beginner's Guide to PHP, that's going to take you A through Z through many of the things that you need in order to become a PHP master. So again, head on over to johnmorrisonline.com/learnphp in order to take that free course. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it so they know that you like this kind of content. If you know somebody who'd benefit from hearing this, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it with them. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And as a side note, you may or may not know this, but I am doing more full-length podcasts over on the actual podcast side of things. And you can subscribe to those at johnmorrisonline.com/iTunes on your Apple device and johnmorrisonline.com/Android for your Android device. Those are longer form podcasts that I'm not putting out here on the channel. So if you want to get all this stuff, again, johnmorrisonline.com/iTunes and johnmorrisonline.com/Android. All right, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.